So I'm going to show what is hopefully a real-world example of trying to find some historical drill data using GeoClerk. Now, there's a number of reasons why you might want to do this. Perhaps somebody has notified you that there's a significant intercept in a particular drill hole. Maybe there's a BD opportunity where one or a number of drill holes contribute significantly to the potential value of that prospect. Or maybe you're looking for just compiling a list of drill holes across an area. But in any case, you probably want to get a hold of the results, the color location, the dip, the azimuth, all that sort of information. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And the area that I'm going to use is an area in Western Australia called Wattle Dam, which I've set up a shape for previously. So here it is. I could just turn on the GSWA drill holes overlay and see that there are lots of drill holes in that area. So let's do a search across those first and see what images turned up. And if I'm looking for drill holes, I'm generally going to be looking for either maps with geochemistry on it or sections or tables. Now, there's a good chance that you would actually know what the hole IDs are that you're looking for, but at the moment, for this example, I'm going to assume that we don't. So I'm just going to switch over to the geochemistry maps and look to see what interesting maps there are. The first one shows auger drill hole locations. The second one does have some locations in there, so I'll quickly see what else is in that document just by searching the rest of the images. There isn't, there's just that one image in the document, so that's not the one we're looking for. Let's scroll down. Here's another one of interest, so let's have a look at what else is in that document. And now we can see some tables, so let's go over and see what they are. And lo and behold, there's a table over here, if I just double click that to full screen, which shows the significant results from a number of drill holes in that area. So let's see if we can find some of those. So let's concentrate on this HGRC 0001 and see if we can find that. Now, if this was a perfect world, this table that I've found here, if I click on the source info and go to the abstract, I would find that data had been submitted with that report. In this case, that's not the case. The abstract from WAMEX shows that there's no drilling data actually submitted with that report. So let's see where else we can find it. So let's go back to our search, and we're just going to search HGRC, and then because drill collars IDs and hole IDs tend to have a slightly variable format. Sometimes so they have the zeros, sometimes it'll be just 0, 1, sometimes it'll just be 1. I'm going to use the numeric wildcard after HGRC to find any locations. Again, I've got two maps, but I'm going to click on tables. And now I've got that table repeated twice. So maybe the other document, which is this one here, maybe that has some more information attached to it. So again, I can go to the abstract, and this time now we can see 12 RC holes were submitted with that report. So let's jump back, go to the appendix, and then we can find the drilling information. So we can quickly download that, and then we've found the information we want. So that one's quite straightforward. The digital information is all provided in WAMEX. But what about older reports where perhaps the digital drilling information isn't there, and how can we find the information then? So let's go back, and what we see here is that there's a report from that area. I can see spatially that it's within the area that I'm interested in, and it's referencing some drill holes drilled by Newmont in 1986. So let's see if we can find some of those, and I'm just going to concentrate on this SHP 003. So let's switch back to all image types and see if we can just find that. So put in SHP 003. And I get three results, which are all tables, but they're not actually the drilling results. They're just that summary table that we've seen before. Now, maybe that's because the way drill holes are sometimes submitted. Perhaps they're not always down as SHP003. So let's go back and just look up SHP star. Now the reason I'm going to use star is purely because in case there's a dash in there. And so using the hash as a numeric character may not find the table. So we'll use SHP star. And now we've found lots of results. So now we've got 47 tables. So if I click on those and just highlight one of them, I can see now this is the drilling record for SHP-8. So it is indeed logged as a dash when they were logging these holes. So perhaps what I can do now is just to tidy things up a little bit, just look for SHP-3 and pull out the one that I'm really interested in. Now, as well as those tables, we've got a section here, so let's take a look at that just to see whether there's any significant intercepts noted. And we can see here that this SHP2 and SHP3 both have significant areas of interest. So let's see if I can find the rest of the tables. Maybe they're with that document itself. So again, go to the source information, search the rest of the images in that document, go over to my tables, and now I've got lots of handwritten drill logs. So the ones that I was looking at before, a slightly different format to these ones. So perhaps further down the list, here we go. So this is SHP-3. So what I could do now, either I could just note down the the coordinates. Now potentially they're in, these look like they're in lat longs. They could be in a mine grid, in which case you'd have to do a little bit more information, a bit more work to get them into a usable format. We've got the azimuth here, 272. We've got the dip, and we've got the total depth. So what I could also do is try and convert some of those handwritten text tables, and that's the first sheet. So I'm just going to take the next few sheets for that one drill hole and digitize those to a CSV file. Now the format of this is going to leave a little bit to be desired because it's come from some handwritten text, but you can see we've got the sample numbers on the left. We've got the gold and associated assays, and we can scroll down to find where there are significant values. Now 190 is probably supposed to be 1.90, so some significant QC and TLC would have to be done on this data set to use it going forward, but we've got that into a digital format now to use. So hopefully I've been able to show there how we can use GeoClerk to very quickly find some significant intercept results from drill holes and get them into a digital format or download them from their existing digital format, whether or not that format exists in WAMX.